Pet cats with beds, stray cats with beds. When you accidentally touch your sense of humor. When you mad and the problem asks what's the problem. Me after watching Cast Away for the first time be like, where is Wilson, is he safe, is he alright? When you finish the 4-ounce water cup the flight attendant gave you and are still thirsty. Me explaining to my wife that we didn't save $100 on a $300 purchase that we didn't need. Spending is spending. POV, your uncle starts giving you life lessons at the family gathering. Me leaving my house at 8:15 hoping that I make it to work by 8. What's a privilege you think people take for granted, having parents who help you financially even as an adult? When the prosecution submits the memes you have posted as Exhibit A. What is the Steam logo supposed to be? Stop it, I'm trying to sleep. Me realizing mid-conversation that I'm never speaking to this person again. $5 YouTube beats, an original lyrics, no rhyme scheme, mumble rappers, making your own beat, having amazing bars, beautifully articulated rhymes. When it's Friday the 13th but things already luck, hey Seth, what's up? Underrated superpower, being able to judge with 100% accuracy which size Tupperware is needed for the amount of leftovers you have. Doing a group project all by myself and getting 18 out of 20. Trying to trust the group this time and let them do their part. Get an awful grade. Never again. Why even sell regular strength medicine if extra strength is an option? I have never once said I want to partially remedy this allergic reaction or I want this diarrhea to end, but not too badly it should have a fighting chance. The film cameraman after hitting post put clarity realizing there's still an hour of looting left. Couldn't sleep last night. I kept thinking about how the Green Ranger had a dagger that was a flute that sounded like a synthesizer that's trying to sound like a trumpet, and he blew into it with his helmet on. When you're drunk in the back of a cab and the driver asks you for directions. Yesterday thieves broke into my house, searched everywhere but found nothing. They started me telling me to work hard. Being a fan of something without ever interacting with the fan base. Spicy Mexican food, my stomach the next day. December 22, 2019. Hey, do you want tacos? Wait, I have a random text from 2019 asking me if I wanted tacos and I left it on red. No wonder my life turned into she. Girlfriend trying to get changed, me. My babies. Somebody ate my babies. I ate them and I'll eat them again next year. Relaxing bird sounds. Sorry for being so anxious earlier, I had no idea everything would be fine. Marry a guy who will email you when you block him. Fellas, marry a woman that doesn't play these kind of games. Watching your favorite social media influencer be like. I don't understand airports. Security basically everywhere you look, until you get a baggage claim. Then it's just finders effing keepers for all they care. My therapist said that money may not buy you happiness, but it does buy you a better quality of misery. I felt that. I will grant you 3 wishes. Remove all golf courses and replace them with affordable housing. Yeah, what the hell is up with that anyway? Good wish, bro, you still have 3 wishes. Fun fact, my parents got married on April Fool's Day, so when I was 7 I tried to be funny and I made them an anniversary card that said your marriage is a joke, and my mom cried. I have seen a lot on this life but never a smoking Corolla using a selfie stick. Elon Musk, I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far. Pissing, while sheeing, while farting, sheeing. Farting. Windshield replacement companies in LA right now. Money doesn't matter, rich people. Looks doesn't matter, attractive people. The digits after the decimal point don't matter, engineers. When you're smart enough to know they are wrong, but not smart enough to explain why. Dads trying to enjoy Father's Day. Single moms be like, we're fathers too. Boys, dogs, I found this cool stick. One time a girl invited me over to and I quote, help me hang up my lights because you're so tall. Afterwards she invited me to sleep over. We both had laid down in her bed. She was like, I usually sleep, and I was like, okay, I'll look away until you get back under the covers. China father cries after tutoring son daily for 1 year and he scores 6 out of 100 for math exams. Lloyd and Anya. SSD 120GB, HDD 3TB. My drunk friend, I love you. Me, I know, bruh, sit down and drink some water. As someone once said, seeing an NSFW artist make SFW content is the equivalent of seeing your pill dealer at the supermarket. I lost all my Marlboro points when I stopped for top surgery. 180-day inactivity point expiration. Now I have to start chain again. 2-year-old orders 31 cheeseburgers after mom leaves phone unlocked. Shout out to the Uber Eats driver who showed up and left 31 cheeseburgers with the baby like, this is not my effing problem. Me, gets on the floor to do crunches. My dog's thinking I got on the floor to cuddle. When she asks me why I like her. When you donated $2.75 to Wikipedia and the CEO personally sends you a thank you email. I was born 2 days after Michael Jackson light. Me having a job. Me without a job. Me finding a job. Me with a blocked nose thinking about all the great times I had with an unblocked nose. Me laying in bed at 3 AM when I realize I should have said something else in an argument I had in 2011. Me, my former self. My name is Justin. I didn't ask, just in case. Dudes over 30 getting back out there in skinny jeans. Me after a long day of pretending to be a normal social person at work. Watching other people play horror games. Playing a horror game yourself. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, we thought the year 2025 would look like this. A 20 paragraphs long angry argument. I would be thrilled to read it. Strict parents be like, unnecessarily strict and possessive, doesn't allow to do anything fun. Doesn't let child go out alone or with friends. Doesn't let them make their own life decisions without intervening. Why is my child so dependent on me? Once on a flight I sat beside a tired mom and her 4 kids. She had 2 tiny babies, so I decided to entertain the 4-year-old directly beside me. I painted her nails, bought her snacks and let her use my iPad. Right before we landed she looked into my eyes and said, "You're really fat." The agony of thinking you're finished doing the dishes only to turn around and to your horror, the pot. Let her go. If she loves you she'll come back. Google free VPN and click on results. Buy our subscription to continue. Born to dilly-dally, forced to fight fascists. Sometimes I wonder if my brother has autism, but then I remember that one time he showed me his spreadsheet of all his friends that would calculate when he needed to hang out with them or text them in order to maintain a friendship. Me driving home knowing I have never dumped in a sock my entire life. Me walking out of my boyfriend's room to say hi to his mom after watching a movie. F zodiac signs. Which North Korean government approved haircut you picking? Disney. Second ads every 4 minutes. Einstein. Time is relative. People in Alabama. Knots used for hanging. Jokes aside, this video probably has a chill count. Just stole the coolest thing from Walmart. Shoplifting can leave a person with a record and impact their life. It's not worth the risk. When I say I hate drama, I mean I hate being involved in drama. Other people drama. Big fan, I'll be there, not a victim. Bedtime acca, that special time of day when I lie down in a dark room for a few hours and ponder every dumb thing I have ever said. Your 20s will be the greatest years of your life. Me in my 20s. When you walk past a bird and it doesn't fly away. boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I make baby bell cheese wax crab on company time. I'm not an early bird or a night owl, I'm sort of permanently exhausted pigeon. Your Uber is arriving now, me. When the paper you're reading keeps citing another paper. Friend, do you smell up dog? Me. What's up dog? Friend. Nothing much, what's up with you? Me. 9-year-old me thinking the game would load faster if I acted like I didn't care. Pun not intended. Pun intended. P. Unintended. My anxiety meds, the caffeine in my system. Take that criminals. No crime 8 AM to 6 PM. Man, I'm so hungry I could eat a. Go on. British parents be like, a letter came for you. When you see a kid dipping their fruit in ketchup, absolutely barbaric. Okay mom, so basically there are 3 male archetypes and I'm what they call a sigma, which means I'm just not interested in women, and no, I'm not gay. No, I can get girls, it's just I'm not interested in them. Mom, stop, let me explain. Mom is the most famous artist in history. Until we meet again.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.